Liverpool may be preparing one of the most dramatic moves of the January transfer window, as they continue to be strongly linked with Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo. What first looked like a clear path toward Manchester City is now far from settled, with Liverpool reportedly still very much in the race and ready to strike if the opportunity appears. As January approaches, Semenyo's future is becoming one of the most talked about transfer stories in English football. The Bournemouth star has impressed this season with his pace, power, and direct attacking style, attracting interest from several top Premier League clubs. A release clause worth around £65 million is set to become active in the new year, making a transfer not only possible, but increasingly likely. Manchester City have been widely reported as the leading contenders. Pep Guardiola is said to admire Semenyo's versatility and physical presence, seeing him as a strong fit for City's evolving attack. Reports suggest the player himself favors a move to the Etihad Stadium, which initially appeared to put City firmly in pole position. However, the situation is more complicated than it seems. Liverpool have not walked away. According to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, the Reds have been in regular contact with Semenyo's representatives, both in November and again in December. While City may currently be the preferred destination, Liverpool's continued communication shows that they are still monitoring the situation closely and could attempt a late hijack if negotiations slow down or hit complications. This is why Manchester City are now pushing to move quickly. The plan is to approach Bournemouth directly and agree on how the release clause will be paid, avoiding any last-minute interference from rivals. City want the deal wrapped up early to remove uncertainty and prevent Liverpool or any other club from changing the player's mind. For Liverpool, the interest is not random. The club is facing real problems in attack at a crucial stage of the season. Alexander Isak's serious leg injury has left a major hole up front, with the striker expected to be sidelined for a long period. Although manager Arne Slot has hinted that Isak could return before the season ends, the Reds cannot afford to rely on hope alone. The situation has been made worse by Mohamed Salah's absence due to the Africa Cup of Nations. Losing their main goal threat during such an important run of fixtures has stretched Liverpool's attacking depth to its limit. Cody Gakpo's injury issues have added further concern, leaving Slot with very few reliable options in the final third. This is where Semenyo fits perfectly into Liverpool's plans. At 25 years old, he offers Premier League experience, physical strength, and the ability to play across the front line. He is direct, aggressive, and comfortable in high-intensity matches, all qualities Liverpool value highly. With the team competing on multiple fronts, adding an attacker like Semenyo could be the difference between maintaining momentum and falling short. Liverpool's recruitment team is known for patience, but also for striking decisively when the timing is right. Even if City remain favorites, history has shown that transfer preferences can change quickly, especially if playing time, tactical fit, or long-term vision becomes clearer. Liverpool will be hoping that their project under Arne Slot, combined with immediate opportunities in attack, could still appeal to the player. From Bournemouth's perspective, the situation is simple. The release clause gives them protection and clarity. Once it is activated, the decision largely shifts to the player. That is why the next few weeks will be critical. Any delay, uncertainty, or disagreement over payment structure could reopen the door for Liverpool to step in. As the January window draws closer, this transfer saga is far from over. Manchester City may be leading, but Liverpool's continued involvement ensures that nothing is guaranteed. With injuries mounting and key players unavailable, the Reds have strong motivation to act, and act fast. Whether this ends with City sealing the deal or Liverpool pulling off a late surprise, Antoine Semenyo's future is shaping up to be one of the defining stories of the window. One thing is clear: Liverpool are watching closely, waiting for the right moment, and ready to move if the chance comes. Anfield has seen many big moments over the years, but every title-winning season has one goal, one scene, that fans never forget. For Liverpool's latest championship run, that moment belonged to Alexis Mac Allister. When the ball flew into the top corner against Tottenham Hotspur, it was more than just a goal. It was the spark that lit the celebration, the sound that told Anfield the wait was over. Liverpool needed a win that day to seal a record-equaling 20th league title. The atmosphere was tense early on when former Red Dominic Solanke put Spurs ahead. The nerves didn't last long. Luis Diaz equalized, Anfield erupted, and seconds later Ryan Gravenberch won the ball high up the pitch. He rolled it back perfectly, and Mac Allister did the rest. From around 20 yards, he hit the ball cleanly, fierce and precise, straight into the top corner. The goalkeeper never even saw it. The stadium exploded, and the party never really stopped, ending in a 5-1 demolition and a historic day for the club. That goal summed up why Liverpool moved quickly to sign Mac Allister from Brighton in the summer of 2023. At £35 million, he was instantly seen as a bargain. In his first season, he justified every pound, becoming a key part of a team that pushed for the title and eventually lifted it. Already a World Cup winner with Argentina in 2022, Mac Allister showed maturity, intelligence, and calm well beyond his years. By the time Liverpool were crowned champions, many were calling him one of the best midfielders in the world. But football moves fast. That glorious afternoon against Tottenham now feels like a turning point, a line drawn between what was and what came next. Mac Allister turned 27 on Christmas Eve, and this season has been far from simple for him. Towards the end of last season, he quietly began struggling with an injury. He did not start any of the final 4 league games, and the issue eventually forced him to miss Argentina's summer international matches. The plan was simple: rest, recover, return fresh for preseason. Unfortunately, things did not go that way. His preseason was disrupted, and as the new campaign began, Mac Allister was playing catch-up, both physically and mentally. What makes this more surprising is that, on paper, he has barely missed any football. Out of Liverpool's first 26 games this season, he has only been absent once due to injury, the 3-2 win away at Newcastle in August. He was also rested for the League Cup win over Southampton. Despite being available most weeks, his performances have not always matched the high standards he set last year. There have been flashes of quality. The standout moment came in November, when he scored a crucial headed winner against Real Madrid in the Champions League, a goal that reminded everyone of his big-game mentality. Still, the numbers tell a different story. With only 2 assists so far, Mac Allister has not been as influential in the final third, and at times he has looked slightly off the pace. To be fair, context matters. Over the last few weeks, his fitness has clearly improved. He has completed the full 90 minutes in 6 of Liverpool's last 8 matches, showing no obvious signs of the problems that slowed him earlier in the season. At the same time, he has been asked to adapt. Last season, Liverpool's midfield was built around a solid double pivot, with Mac Allister and Gravenberch providing balance and control. This year, that partnership was rarely seen early on. The arrival of Florian Wirtz, a £116 million signing, changed the shape of the midfield, while Dominic Szoboszlai has been one of Liverpool's standout performers. Fitting everyone in has been a challenge for Arne Slot. As a result, Mac Allister has found himself playing in different roles. Recently, Liverpool's improved form has come with the Argentine operating higher up the pitch, often in a number 10 position ahead of Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. While the team has looked better overall, Mac Allister's individual impact has been mixed. He is still adjusting, still searching for the rhythm that once made him untouchable. Even so, his importance to Liverpool has not changed. Slot values him highly, especially because of his versatility, intelligence, and leadership on the pitch. Off the pitch, Mac Allister's life has also changed. He became a father for the first time in September, a moment that naturally shifts priorities and adds new responsibility. Contractually, the next big decision is already on the horizon. Mac Allister is now halfway through the 5-year deal he signed when he arrived at Anfield. Liverpool know his value, and they will be keen to open talks on a new contract sooner rather than later. That urgency is increased by interest from abroad, with Real Madrid, longtime admirers and European Super League supporters, once again being linked with the Argentine midfielder. For now, though, contracts and transfer rumors are not the main concern. Liverpool still have work to do in both the Premier League and the Champions League. To reach their goals, Arne Slot needs Mac Allister back at his best, dictating play, arriving in key moments, and delivering when it matters most. The quality is still there. The intelligence is still there. Anfield has already seen what Alexis Mac Allister can do on the biggest stage. The challenge now is simple. Rediscover that spark, silence the doubts, and remind everyone why that thunderous strike against Tottenham felt like the beginning of something special.